Hello and welcome back to the series on website creation. Now in this video, we'll be talking specifically about creating a post in WordPress. In the previous video, I have taken you through the interface and you have some understanding as to what a WordPress backend looks like. In this video, we'll be going ahead and creating our first post, and I'll share with you some of the tips and tricks of making that post look great. So do stick around till the end because you'll learn a lot of value from this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the Binary IQ. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, do consider subscribing as well as hitting that notification bell so that you don't miss our upcoming videos. I'm trying to share a video every day and I hope I keep my commitment going, and the feedback from you guys will really help. Also, if you have some comments, if you have some feedback to share, do share it in the comments. Give me ideas so that I can make videos which you will like. So without further ado, let's jump into the post creation. Now, post in WordPress is a dynamic content. So whatever post you will start creating, those will start appearing in a descending order on whatever blog page you have. I'll talk about all of those, but for now, just understand it is a dynamic content. It is not a static, timeless event. Every article which you post will have certain associations with it, which will make it dynamic, such as author, such as the date of creation, such as the categories and tags. And in fact, you can create your own custom post types. So a post is basically an article or information you'd like to share with the world. So it could be about any topic, and hence a post would generally entail a title, or rather lot many subtitles as well. It will contain paragraphs, it will contain videos and images if you are into sharing videos and images that complement your post. They'll consist of quotes and pull quotes if there is a case for that. Also, you can additionally add manual excerpts, which I'll talk about in a bit. The most important thing to understand about a post is that the look of the post is defined by the theme and not by anything else. So you do not have to, you can actually define the look on per post basis, but that is not a good way to go about it. Because if a user comes to your site, he would like to see everything in a specific theme. And that is where the actual term theme comes from. So every post which you create, the look of it will be defined by the theme. In this video, we will not go in too much into detail about the look aspect of it, but rather the actual creation of the post. So let's get inside our WordPress backend. So here we are inside the WordPress backend. In the previous video, I took you through the WordPress interface. And if you have not watched that video already, do watch that. I'll share a card somewhere. Now, if you feel that my WordPress backend looks a bit different, that is because I've just changed the look of it. And you can do so by going into users and going into your profile. Inside your profile, you can simply change the admin color scheme. So I have just changed it from default to ectoplasm. I just wanted to share that with you. Now, what we are interested is in post. Now you can access the post by simply going to post, and you can access the 4 options available, which is all post, add new, categories and tags. We'll start off with the all post. This will show you all the posts that are currently available on your website or the post which you have written. Now, every installation of WordPress comes with a hello world post. This is just a sample post to make your website have something, and you can actually view this post if you go to the front end of your website. So this is the front end of my website. I've changed the domain name too. Don't worry about that. I thought of recreating my website all over again, and I thought what's the best way to teach and do it at the same time. So this is the post which I was talking about, and right now this is the only thing that is available on my website. So let's go back to post, and here we can add new posts. But before we are doing that, you can actually see that this post list consists of a title, it consists of an author, it consists of categories, it consists of tags, and it consists of dates. These are the 4 most important parameters which is available by default with post. So you will have to give it an author name, you'll have to give it a category. By default, it has an uncategorized category created for you. So everything which you'll post will go into this category, and I'll show you how to change this setting as well. Now the tags are not mandatory. However, the published date and time will depend upon when you have published this post. So let's go ahead and create a post, and we'll talk about everything from there on. In order to create a post, we have 3 places. Inside all posts, we can simply click here where it says add new, or we can go to this place where it says add new, or we can simply go to new and click on post. So I'll just click on one of these. Once I click on add new, I get the post creation page. Now let's briefly talk about this entire interface, because if you are a blogger, you'll probably deal with it a lot. Starting from the top left, this is the place where you can add blocks. So every content which you place inside a post will be created in terms of blocks. Blocks is type of content. For example, if I click on add block, you'll see all the options I get of creating a block. So I can create a block which consists of an image. I can create a block which consists of a paragraph and so on. And I'll talk about that in a minute. We have the default undo and redo options, as well as we have the option of the content structure, which if needed, I'll talk about. Next is the block navigation, which again, I'll talk about as soon as I have all the blocks ready. Finally, we have the tools, which you are not going to go much into detail. It basically gives you the option of editing and selecting. So you can use this option of selecting and select any of these. On the right side, we have the option of preview, publish, and the settings which you are right now seeing, and you can actually toggle it on and off. At the end of it, we have certain more settings which you can use. So there is this one mode which you can use, which is called full screen mode. This makes your block creation completely easy if you're one that writes on the website directly. Spotlight mode works on per block basis, so we are not going to use any of these. At the base, there are options of visual editor and code editor. So we'll be using visual editor because we do not want to do anything with the code. And let's leave all these settings for now. In this video, we are going to create a dummy post, which I have prepared on a Word document. So this is the post we'll be creating. This is just some dummy content. Now this consists of a cover image, consists of a title, it consists of an excerpt. Excerpt is basically a teaser or a summary or an introduction to your entire blog. So a person comes in, he actually reads the excerpt and he either finds it interesting or he doesn't. So if it is something he was actually looking for and the teaser is good enough, he'll probably go ahead and read your entire blog post. Then we have certain titles. This is the heading 1, as you can see on the top here, and the next one is heading 2. And these are all paragraphs. Then we have an image embedded, we have a quotation embedded, and we have a video embedded too. So I'll try and recreate this in the simplest way possible. So let's copy the title of this video. I'll just right click and copy, go back and right click and paste as plain text. So I'll just let go of it and you can see the title is available. Now, one thing to note down, as I said in my presentation, that the look of a post is defined by the theme. Just keep that in mind. So the look, whatever you're seeing right now, the text size and the background color, everything is defined by the theme. And I can prove that to you by simply going to appearance, right click on customize and click opening it in a new tab. And if I go to colors, you can see the background color is set from here. So this is the background color you're seeing right now. So let's go back and start creating our content. So we have our title done. Now let's start adding some content here. As I said, everything is a block. And if I see my video, it starts off with an excerpt, but excerpt is a special kind of an event in post, which I'll talk about. For now, just assume that this is where it all starts. So it starts with a H1 heading. So I'll just simply copy it, go back, right click, and I'll paste it as plain text. So this is our heading done. Now, in order to add any content, what I can do is simply hit enter, or I could have simply gone here and clicked on add a block. Now this right now, as you can see, is saved as a paragraph. So in order to change that, I can simply click on it and change it to a heading. Once I change it to a heading, you can see the block options open. So if I am not inside the block option will not be available. If I am inside any of the blocks, the block option will open. Otherwise, will be on the default document option. So let's start off with the block option. Now here I can simply change the heading type from H2 to H1. Now this makes it unusually large. That is because the settings of the theme are so. Now we have certain options of changing it, like the color we can change. So we can change it from say black to red, but we are just going to leave it to the default settings. There is an option of advanced as well, but which is associated or which is rather for additional CSS classes, and we are not interested in CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets, which are a way to change the look and feel of your website. So we are not going into that much of work. So for now, I'll just leave this be. I'm not going to change the look of it because in the upcoming videos, when we are changing our theme to a specific theme, we will have the option of changing all these things and we'll change all the looks in that video. But you can see you have a little bit of control over here. Let's go back to the video and we can actually copy this and paste it again. However, one neat trick that I have found that it's better to create all your content on either the Microsoft Word document or the Google Docs. That way, whatever formatting you put here, like this has an H1 formatting, this has an H2 formatting, all I can do is simply select all this. And for now, let's just leave this video for now. I'll select all this, click on copy. Let me delete this block. In order to delete the block, you can simply right click on this and remove block. I'll simply right click and paste. Once I paste, you can see that this has become an H1. The others have become H2. This has become a paragraph and so on. Now the image was not able to be uploaded just because that image is saved there. However, in order to upload the image, you can simply click on this upload and I can upload whatever image was placed there. So just like that, we have our entire article here. The quotes did not work. So what you can do is simply go back and select this block. Once you are inside a block, you'll get all the options associated with it. So for example, if I am in a paragraph, I'll get all the options associated with this. If I am inside the image, I'll get all the options right here. Also, I get the options on the right side as well. So I get most of the options which you see on this side on the right side as well. So what I can do to change this from a normal text to quote is, again, I'll just select this or be inside that block, click on this drop down and change it to quote. And just like that, we have our quote ready. Again, the settings and the look is dependent upon your theme. So we are not going into the look. Now let's create or actually add a video which we had. In order to add a video, I'll just create another block by clicking or hitting an enter. I'll go inside this block and there is an option of embed. In order to find any block, you can simply do a search. For example, if I had to find paragraph, I'll just do a paragraph search. If I had to type a heading, I'll do a simple heading search. Now in this case, I just wanted a YouTube video. So I would do a YouTube search and I'll just click on YouTube. I get the option of embedding a URL. So let me quickly grab one of the video links. I'll just copy it, go back and paste it here. And I'll just hit enter to embed the video. And just like that, you can see my video is right there on the website. So we have done everything related to the document or the article itself. Now let's talk about the document in terms of WordPress. Once more, if you want to change any of the settings, simply click on whichever block you're on. You'll get the settings associated with that block. So you can actually create a drop cap here. So a drop cap is showing a large initial or the first letter. I do not want that, but you can see the options are available here. There are the options of aligning it to the center, to the right and to the left. I'll just leave everything to the default. You can actually provide a link somewhere on the website itself by simply selecting that word, clicking on the link, and you can simply do a www.google.com and you can hit enter. And this link will now take someone on your website to the Google website. So it's as simple as that. There are many other things which you can try out. I'll not talk about that in this video. If you are actually interested in talking about everything related to the settings, you can just drop a message and I'll probably make a video about it. So once we are done with the article, all we have to do is publish it. In order to publish, you can see the option of publish here. I'll just click on that. It will ask you if you are ready and it will ask you various options of visibility. So do you want to make it public or private, or you want to make it password protected? So if you have a following or if you have a subscription based blog website where you want this to be password protected, you can do so. However, I'll show you a cooler way of doing it in one of my upcoming videos where we'll be using a membership plugin for that. Next, we have the option of publishing right now, or you can actually schedule it in the future as well. Finally, we can add certain tags which you have on your website or which you want to put on your website. So for example, I can simply put a few tags here. So let me put in a video tag and put in a design tag. So all you do is type it and hit enter. So now I'm happy with this. I'll just click on publish for now. Once you are done publishing, you can see it's saying that the power of video, which is our video title, is live. And you can also see the options of viewing this post. So I'll just right click and open this link in a new tab. So as you can see, my post is live. And we have everything available here. Now, of course, the look and feel again depends upon the theme, so don't worry about that. Right now, you can see the author is my name and the date is of course today. You can also see that the post has a category of uncategorized, but we did not put all these things. So let's go back. Let's close this panel. Let's go back to our document again and start seeing the other options. The first one is visibility and status. So we'll get the same options, like you can have your post public or private and so on, which we saw a bit earlier. Publish is again the time of publishing of your post. And there is an option of sticking this to the top of the blog. So this is something like a special blog which you have written, or the most popular blog which you want everyone to see on your website. So you can do that to stick on the blog. Otherwise, the blogs would appear in a descending order. That is, the latest one will show first. Now here is the option of changing the author. Now I have gone ahead and created one more user. So I can right now see the other user. So if I change it to John Doe, I'll get the option of updating it, and I can update it. And if I go back to my website and reload, you'll see the author name change. So let's click out of it. There is an option of moving this article to the trash as well, which of course we do not want to do right now. Now there is the other option of permalink. So you can change the permalinks on per post basis, but that is not a good idea. In the previous video where I talked about permalinks, you saw that we can actually have a permalink which takes the name of the website, the domain name, and follows it up with the post name. So here you can see that my domain name is thebinaryiq.com, and it has followed it with the post name, which is Power of Video. So in most of the cases, the permalink works best here. Now let's move on to categories. Right now we have a category which is uncategorized. We can actually add a category from right here, but it's a good idea to go to the category section and create categories from there. So let's go and do that. So inside post, we can simply go to where it says categories, and here we can add a new category. So let's add a category of, say, in my video. So in my website, the broader niche is going to be website development. The slug would automatically be filled by using these keywords, and the parent, I want this to be the parent, and the description you can leave it as blank. I'll click on add new category. Once I add that, you can see on the right side the website development category is available. Now I just want to create one more category which is specific to WordPress websites. So I'll just type in WordPress, and inside parent category this time I'll be choosing this website development. So my website development would be the parent category and WordPress would be the child category. I'll click on add new category. So we are done with the categories. Let's go back to our post. I'll click on all post. Here is our post again. I'll just click on edit. So this is where we can edit the blocks from. And there is an option of quick edit as well. For now, let's not go into that. I'll just hit on edit. And now if I go to my categories, you can see the other options available. So I'll uncheck this and I'll select these two categories and I'll update it again. So now if I go back to my front end and reload the page, you can see the categories change from website development and WordPress. So now in future, if I have multiple blog posts that come under these categories, I can create a subclass or a sub page which will just take me directly to all the posts related to WordPress or all the posts related to website development. And this is a great way of organizing your website, or rather your blog page. Now there's one more setting I want you to know, that by default, if I create any new post, it will be sent to uncategorized, and there is a setting for that. And to change that setting, we'll simply go to settings and we'll go to writing, because that is where we are writing our post. Inside post, you can see the default post category is set to uncategorized. So we can change that. We can assume that most of the posts will be related to some of these. So I'll just click on website development for now, and I'll click on save changes. Let's go back to our post and click on all post again. We'll go back to our post. Let's talk about the other options. In the tags, we already have pre-filled the tags. As you remember, we can actually keep adding more post if we want. We can do so with a comma as well. As it says, separate with a comma or an enter key. Now the next option is featured image. So in my post, you saw that I had a featured image that starts the post off, and there is a similar option in WordPress as well. So I'll just set the featured image. I'll click on it. You can actually upload your own media files. I have already done that. So I'll just click on one of these and I'll click on set featured image. So this is our featured image set. Under it, we have the option of excerpt. And this is where we can write our own excerpt. Otherwise, what WordPress does, it takes up the first few words of your article and puts it as an excerpt. However, you want it to be customized so that you can have a kind of a teaser to bring people into your blog. We already have done that, not literally, but we have made something. So I'll just copy it with Control C. I'll go back and hit Control V to paste it. I'll just toggle this off again. Now the next option is discussion. Right now, we do not have the allow comments checked. We can do it from here on a per post basis. However, you can change this setting globally as well. So I'll just first of all update it, and I'll take you to where this setting lies. As you can see, it lies in the discussion. So I'll go to settings and I'll go to discussion. And here are the settings. So I went ahead and unchecked this. You can check this so that all the people, all the posts related to WordPress will be shown in the discussion. So I'll just click on are allowed to submit contents. However, this setting will be applicable for the next or the new post, not on the previous post. So I'll leave this be unchecked. I'll just hit back to go back to my post. There is another option of allow pingbacks and trackbacks. This is a way of creating backlinks, and we'll talk about this option of backlinks and everything about that in our mini series on SEO, which is search engine optimization. So I'll talk about that in very much detail in the upcoming videos. I'm actually trying to break everything into parts so that it's much easier for you to digest and work with me. Finally, we have the post attributes, which we are not worried about because this is related to the templates, and we are going to change our template anyways because we'll be changing our theme. So these were all the options associated with post in WordPress. My suggestion again is simply going to Word and creating all your content, copying it and pasting it onto your WordPress site, and you can do minor changes from there on. One more thing I want to show you. If I just click on add new block, you can see that there are many options available. So there are many things you can do, but the basic ones which we will mostly be interested in when it comes to articles is paragraph, heading, image, videos, and probably a quote. We will not be much interested in tables and embeds and so on, but you can see all the options available here. So you can go through all the options, you can go through the formatting options, you can go through the layout elements, widgets, and embeds and so on. So you can do a lot of things with the new Gutenberg update which WordPress has. But again, I'm not going into that much detail. This is good enough to get you started, and I hope this video made sense to you. Once you're done, you can simply hit update to update your post. Let's go back to all post again. Let me quickly show you the quick edit option as well. So once I click on quick edit, you can see some of the settings which you can change directly here. So you can change the title, you can change the slug, which is the permalink or the post name rather, which will be appearing after the domain name. You can change the dates, you can change the author right from here, you can change the categories, and you can change the tags, as well as you can change the status from being published to unpublished. So some of the settings, key settings, you can quickly edit. You do not have to go inside the edit menu and find it. You can do it from right here. So I hope this video made sense to you and you now know something about post creation. I would really love to see your post, whatever post you make, whatever blog sites you make. Down in the description, do leave me the links to your website and I would love to review them. Finally, if you're not already subscribed, do hit that subscribe button and the notification as well. And I'll see you on the next video on pages.